Welcome back to my shop. It's been a while since I've uploaded a video, and the reason for that is obviously work. So now that I have some free time, I would like to invite you to join me in a simple project. I have a lot of things going on here at the table, so I'll go over them in order. Let me get you a better view of all the equipment that I have here on the table, and I'll explain what we're going to do. So the first thing I'll show you is this little box, and all of these are sending discs that I've ordered from China, one of those Chinese shopping sites. This specific order was made from Banggood, I think it's called. I will have the link for the product down in the video description, so check it out. And basically what I've done is ordered a lot of sanding paper in 5 centimeter discs, or about 2 inches. Those come in the grits that you can see here, 80, 100, 180 and 240. And then there's a stop between the grits, and we pick it up back at 600, 1000, there's 800, 1200, 2000 and 3000. Now this won't be a review of the discs themselves. If they won't act properly, I will mention it, but as far as sanding go, this looks like the real deal. What we're going to do today is make a handle for a sanding apparatus. These sanding handles can be purchased. A lot of manufacturers make those, but I'm going to make one of my own. So in case you are wondering, I am following the footsteps of another turner, Miguel Sanchez, and I will have the video again down at the video description. I will have a link to his video. It's in Spanish, but I'm sure you can handle that. And I'm basically doing the same steps that he did to make his tool. I'm gonna make it also, and we'll see how well that goes. So what Miguel uses in his video is the same exact piece that I have here now. This little part can go away, we don't need it. And to help us sand, and just for an example, I'll take some sanding pad that I've made before, and it went sour on me. The foam was cut off. But to make it as simple as possible, just this will go inside the mount, and the mount is magnetic, so it won't fall. And it turns. Now obviously I'm not going to power turn it. I want it to turn by friction, and what I'll do is cut away this piece, which I don't need, but I will keep it because I could use it as a perfect fit for one of these sanders that we will also make in this video. I've noticed that the thickness of this piece here is almost the same thickness as the hole in this handle that I've salvaged from my original ball gouge. Now my original ball gouge has been transferred to this aluminium handle made by my friend Chris from Custom Chris. So I kept the handle, which you all should do if you ever rehandle your tools. These are good handles, and I will fit this piece inside this hole. Now obviously right now it won't fit, since I have this extra piece which I will cut off. This piece cost me 10 euros including the shipping, and I bought it on Amazon, and it's locally sourced here in Italy, so it took 24 hours, even less, to get to my doorstep. So very efficient and doesn't cost very much, only 10 euros. So what I have here is the piece clamped to my table. I don't have a vise, which is something I should definitely get, but not right now. And I'm going to cut this piece off. I'm not going to do it exactly at the edge. I'm going to leave a little bit off, so in case there is some leftovers from the metal, it won't touch and ruin the nice movement. So let me get you closer, let me get geared up with some gloves and some face protection and ear protection, and I'm going to be using my angle grinder to grind that piece off. Like I said, we're keeping this piece because this piece will fit perfectly inside. As you can see, I've placed the tool perpendicularly, perpendicularly. As you can see, I placed the tool upright, so if there's any runoff of the glue, it will go down into the tool and on the side and will not cover up the tool itself. Every once in a while, I'll put in whatever is left from this piece and give it a twist just to make sure nothing is caught up with the glue. I'm planning to use this piece of wood for my harbor or for my pad, and I would need to put this as straight as possible into the chuck. Although I don't have any shoulders to reference against, I think this would be a good point to show you a small trick that I've picked up. I think I saw this first done by Brandon Stamp, so go check out his channel as well. So in order to put this round and center as possible, I will tighten the chuck, but not completely, just to have a grip on the wood while still allowing it a little bit of movement inside. But I want to grip it fairly well with some options of movement. So it's a delicate balance, but I'm sure you can figure it out. And once it's done, I can actually spin the lathe, and then using the key itself while going in this recess between the wood and the tool rest, and this would actually push the wood to center, and then I can lock it up. So let's try this. First let's spin it. Oh, it's pretty round now, but just for the sake of argument, let's push it out of center a little bit more eccentric, like so. So as you can see, it spins very eccentrically. And now I will just slide this part of the key inside between my tool rest and my wood, minding my fingers of course, and it will bring the wood into center. centered. Now I can lock my jaws. And the wood is ready.
My breathing is in and choking you out by the seat of a mountain spruce. Have anything to do with you, to do with you. My feelings, some strange power to choose. Fly on like a river, hot-headed morbid shiver. Mountain black, mountain black, mountain black as construction paper, as construction paper. New descent, another layer. Miles down, bumps of devil's tongue, good Lord, good Lord. Look at my brother, look at my brother. First time I felt the wind in me, where fiercest thunder and revelry, where it leaves a few, it leaves a few dancing in their boots.
Now the pad is ready, although I have some reservation about this pad. I believe I made it a little bit too long, so I'm going to make another one. So I'll have at least 2 of these pads, and I'll probably make more in the future. And if you're thinking where can you get the right size of harbor for this pad, then you can use either Allen keys, you can use different bits. If you're like me and you're saving your broken bits for whatever use you can find for them, so this is a perfect use. The fact is that this instrument fit those bits perfectly. It's like they were made for this. It's a standard bit, and I have stripped down Phillips bits, and I have broken straight, I don't know how those are called, flat nose or straight bits that have been chipped off, some bits that I never use for any reason, and left over from different projects in the past. So what I'm going to do now, before I'll take on a project that will demonstrate this tool working, I will make another pad, and I'll make it much more in the dimension of this pad that came with the sanding pads. And the main difference obviously is the size. I'm going to make this a lot smaller, so it will be more like this, maybe double the size, because I do want a pad, a soft pad at the top, so it will be good either for the outside of the ball and the inside of the ball. The pads that came with the sanding paper is very nice for the outside of the ball, but it's very rigid, so it won't conform to the inside of a ball. And this is the new pad I've made. As you can see, it's smaller, about half the size of the original one, and the foam is also a little bit thinner. So I'm going to chuck a piece of wood into my lathe, and I'm going to show you how this tool works. And hopefully in one of my next videos I'm going to do something larger, and I will give you a better view of how this tool works exactly. Well, as you can see, that took me about a minute, maybe even less. A minute of sanding to get rid of all those grooves that I've made. Also, another important point to mention is that when using this tool, it is actually better to have the lathe running at a high speed instead of the lowest speed. And the results are absolutely stunning. I only sanded this to 80 grit, so it's not smooth as it would be if I would continue to sand it more, but just to show you the effectiveness of the tool against grooves. And also, let me get you a little bit closer to the wood. So, as you can see, there are no marks, no lines, no radial scratches, absolutely nothing. I think this is by far my favorite sanding apparatus that I've used so far. And this is just 80 grit. Okay guys, I hope this was a good lesson, and now everyone can make one of these of their own, or at least be convinced enough to go buy one for themselves. And I want to thank you for joining me in this week's video, and I hope to see you back in my shop really soon.